Welcome to Faithful to the Traitors. Alex, I want you to look at me and tell me that you are a faithful, please.
Ben, I am a faithful. Eyes looked at every single person.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm also a faithful.
You blinked and then looked in the top left-hand corner of the room, so I don't believe you.
No.
No, lies.
There's
More
nothing
lies from you. More lies.
There's nothing else I can say, so...
Well, if the one command you were given was to say, I'm a faithful, and then look at people, then there is no more you can say.
No.
Claudia was very strict with her instructions tonight.
I'm very upset with Claudia, actually.
Oh, and what's she done?
Because I said, episode 1 or 2 of this podcast, can't remember, it was so long ago now, so much has happened, but I said, if I was on the round table as the group leader, I would have stood up and said, every time we do a round table, we're going to look each other in the eye and say we're faithful. And I said that, and look what's happened. Claudia's listened to
She
my
stole
podcast.
your idea.
Went back in time in summer,
Yeah.
and then re-recorded the Traitors and stole my idea.
That's very that's mad. That's a mad idea. But yeah, no, your idea has come to fruition. Maybe they'll steal your idea of doing the task where, although no, Amanda can't do it, but we'll talk about that in a bit. But
Wow.
that, you know, when they get clues for who could be the traitors and who won't be the traitors, I think we're a bit too late into that now.
We are. It was a very emotional episode, this episode.
Do you know what? I'm going to put my hands
heartbroken.
up. I'm going to put my hands up straight away and say, I think I've underestimated Will. I really do. I feel like I've jumped to a conclusion that he kind of lucked his way to this point. But after tonight's episode,
It's all planned
there
out.
was a lot going on with him, and he was proper pulling the switches, wasn't he? And it was just so funny because he made everyone believe that they'd come to that decision themselves as well. I was impressed. I'm not happy, but to be impressed, I must say I am.
I do wonder, because we're reaching the 2 episodes left now, so we're allowed to theorise about the final. I do wonder if Will is going to win. Because today's episode, it's all with the edit, you see.
All in the edit.
And there was a bit, and he's halfway through the mission where they're jumping through lasers. All this
Mission
stuff was
Impossible
going
mission.
on. He was like, I used to be a dancer. I used to do this. With the money, I'm going to put it towards helping people. And I thought, we're getting some backstory here.
Yeah.
We're having a journey, a story. And I thought, that's a winner's edit, that is. So I am wondering if maybe Wilf is going to beat everyone and take home the prize on his own.
We need to make our mind up what we're going to call Will/Wilf/Wilfred, because we kind
Traitor.
of use scum,
Backstabber, murderer.
atheist, because it's a bit like how they spell Aaron's name on the round table. Like there's all different variations of it, and I feel like
all the people spell the names incorrectly when they're at round table. Like lots of people
it's
spell.
funny, isn't it?
They have them written in front of them, so there's no reason for this misspelling.
Do they?
Yeah, because someone asked. I saw it somewhere online, and they were like, "No, we actually had a check sheet, but people are just writing whatever."
I wonder if they tell even though it's made out that they have the discussions and then they write it on the chalkboard. Because of tension, because of the order of how they read them out, the producers must have some knowledge of who's voted for who. So I wonder.
They always tell them when to start, don't they?
Yeah, Claudia always starts, so it's the most heightened tension. Because if they started somewhere else tonight, then we would have known Amanda was out from the beginning. They made. I'm sorry, I just
say
stopped that, didn't I?
Off your tongue like that.
Yeah, Amanda's out, by the way. She got banished.
Faye's out too.
Who?
Faye.
Who? No, I'm being cruel. No, Faye. I mean,
It's always the murders. You just forget about them.
I know you do forget about
They're
the
a
murders.
dirty little thing that happens in the night, and you don't talk about it the next day.
Unless there's a montage of them brushing their hair or having a bath, I just don't care.
Was there any montages? Was there today? Very upsetting.
Well, because they've already murdered them.
I wanted an Aaron montage after his laser dodging skills today.
He's wearing the same trousers he was wearing in episode 2. I'd like to bring up
was
as
he?
well. Yeah, the only reason I know
I have to make a note. Why do you know that? I have to make a note.
The only reason I know that is because you and I didn't start watching The Traitors as it was broadcast. Sorry, this is inside information. We didn't start watching it as it was broadcast. We watched it as the box set on
Yes, iPlayer.
on iPlayer, and it he for his promotional shots he was wearing the trousers he wore tonight, but in episode 2 he was wearing those trousers too, and it's just stuck in my mind that he was wearing the same trousers as he was in episode 2.
Well, they had to go back and refilm it because they stole my bit about saying they're all faithful, so they had to wear their own costume.
Oh right, so episode 2 was filmed at the same time as episode, what was this, 10?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm going with that theory.
good to know.
Yes. So we say then, so we talk about Amanda, our beloved dragon mother.
Yeah. Well, we should talk about the one who got murdered first.
Oh,
Faye.
yeah, Faye.
Let's talk about Faye first. So I want to make it clear that Faye took it very gracefully, and she was right, and she was kind of very matter of fact with the fact that it was a game. She knew it could have happened to her at any point. I think she was disappointed, and you know what? I thought, good for you, Faye. I doff my cap. Well done. Unlike John, who took it in the most bitter way he could.
Listen, John went episodes ago. You forget, let it go.
No, I won't let it go. He made me very angry, did John?
Well, he upset little Aaron, didn't he? Little puppy dog. So.
Well, he was just a bit of an arse.
Right.
Let's be honest.
Again. He's just a contestant on a show.
I know, but the thing
we
is,
don't know him personally.
To use like the journey of Wilfred,
the villain. Yes,
he's not a villain though. He's played a blinder of a game. Mm-hmm. He really has. And tonight, like I think it really overwhelmed him.
About Faye.
But yes, but yeah. Well, I think I'll finish my point with that. I just wanted to be horrible.
She was very
John.
graceful.
I'm sorry, John. I am kind of sorry. You're right. They're all contestants. They've all played their game the way they've played their game. Mm-hmm. Some of us played it more successfully than others.
Yeah, Faye was getting too powerful for Wilf.
She was, yes.
And he couldn't backstab anyone quick enough. So
well, Wilf and Amanda, that's why Amanda and Wilf jointly made the decision, the last joint decision they made of their reign as traitors.
Oh. What a way as well that he has single-handedly voted off the 2 traitors. So really, in a way, the faithful can't be too mad at him because he's doing their job for them.
Well, you say that.
He's traitoring the traitors.
Traitoring the traitors. That's the spin-off there. I see it.
That's our podcast next year.
Traitoring the traitors. No, this is what I mean. It's like I think I was wrong to think that...
If you can't get a faithful to do your job, you're going to have to do it yourself.
Yeah.
That's what Will's doing.
Yeah. A workman blames his tools. Is that the same kind of metaphor? I'm not sure. I thought he lucked out with Alyssa. It was very much a last-minute thing. And so that's why I was kind of riding the crest of that wave a little bit. I thought Wilfred was doing...
Willie
was very much like kind of riding on the luck of his elimination of Alyssa. But tonight was very orchestrated. He planned it from the beginning, and he planned it in such a way that his hands was clean until the vote. Like there was no Amanda. Though you could tell by Amanda's face that she could see that, like as her name was coming up one by one, you could tell she thought Will/Wilfish/Willie/Wilf has completely. Yeah. Backstabbed me.
Well, they created a little pact, didn't they? It was Hannah.
Oh no, Will had.
Yeah, Hannah, Kieran, Will, Meryl. Maybe the weak link in the pact. I'm not sure.
Well, no, she was the weak link member because she kind of said, "I just don't know what to do. I don't know what to say," and then she voted Amanda, and Amanda kind of understood everyone's vote against her. She kind of just with grace said like, "Oh yes, okay, fine, that's fine. Don't worry about it. I don't know what to say." But then as soon as Meryl put her vote up, she went, "Well, I've already explained it to you, and clearly you don't care. So clearly you did have my name decided." Meryl just cracks me up.
She's funny, but she's very dangerous to be in a part of a group like that, like a clique, because she's going to walk up to like Maddie and be like, "Guess what? I'm in a clique with Aaron, with Hannah, Kieran, and." Wilf. So she just can't keep anything to herself, can she?
Well, as shown when she got the shield, and she literally told Will the moment she got it.
And at the breakfast, she was like, "I know who it is." And it's to begin with,
we have to talk about this.
She whispered it to someone, and then like literally half a second later, she shouted out to the whole table. She was like, "I'm 100% sure of this, so I'm announcing it to all you all. It's either Aaron or Faye. They're the traitors." And then it was like, "Faye's dead."
And it was never mentioned again. She just quietly got on with eating her melon.
And Maddie was there like, "I knew it was Aaron."
Matt, no one will listen to Maddie. Wow. Still, no one's listening to Maddie. Don't you think that Aaron is now, every single time, like, there's like a consensus of votes, Aaron always votes. It's like I said to you as we were watching it, it's a tit for tat vote with Aaron. So if someone votes for him, he will vote for them until that person is eventually knocked out. He did it with Imran, I believe. And he did it with someone else as well who got eliminated. And then now he's doing it with Maddie. He's done it twice
to Maddie, hasn't he?
And now he's doing it to Maddie.
Well, one time he did it for Maddie because he said, I'm just annoyed with you.
Yeah.
It's not that I think you're a traitor, I just want you gone. And then this time, because she voted for him, he voted for her. So, yeah.
I mean, I love Aaron with all my heart. He's like just such a sweet, sweet child. But at the same time, like I don't think he even cares who he votes for anymore. It's just like, oh, you voted for me, I'm voting for you next time. And he keeps that in his mind.
I felt really bad when him and Amanda were having they were on a blanket in the field watching Andrea play badminton. And he said, oh, if you were the traitor to Amanda, if you were the traitor, I think I'd cry. And she was like, oh, I'm not, don't worry. And it's like, oh.
And he did cry.
He's become a man now.
He has.
He's had his broken heart. So we're going to see a whole new Aaron now for the next 2 episodes.
He wants to live in the 60s. Maybe you should...
Simpler times.
Yeah, maybe you should speak to the production company of that time machine that they apparently invented so they could steal your ideas. But yeah. Come on then. We've talked about the Amanda banishment then. You're very upset by this. Come on. How do you feel, Ben? Come on, open up your heart.
I feel that Wilf is being very mean because the way that
it's the game.
I know it's the game, but I can still say. But like the way that he was saying to himself or to camera or to the people who would listen to him, he was like, well, I'm worried she's going to backstab me, so I might have to vote her out. And it's like, no, you're the one backstabbing, but you're just telling yourself that she's backstabbing. She's not. She's just there in her hood, murdering the faithfuls.
On his behalf.
And he was telling himself, well, I don't trust her, coming from the man who's already killed Alyssa, and then voted for her, and told the pact that he made together to offer. So he's saying he didn't trust her, but really, he's the one that can't be trusted. And he's denying himself. He's not being true to himself.
Do you believe it's paranoia? Or do you believe that he's making that
as an excuse? No, he's just making it as an excuse to make himself feel better for murdering these innocent traitors, his team, his pals, and he wants the money. Which is fair enough. But he can't keep telling us that Amanda's the traitor and he's worried about her and he's worried that she's going to backstab him when he's just backstabbing her. She never backstabbed him once, did she? She didn't plant his name anywhere.
No. But he did it with both Alyssa and Amanda.
Exactly.
There was the moment tonight.
He'll be presenting it on the next episode and Claudia would disappear.
Yeah, he'll banish her. There was a moment tonight.
I'm Wilf and I'm presenting. And then all the dubs will be still Claudia's voice, half sentences.
They're now dubbing Claudia while she's actually the camera's still on her. Tonight, they remember. So there was a moment when she went, remember, and then
you must leave the room in 60 seconds. So let's continue to play with the lasers. Yeah.
No, there was a moment tonight where the banishment happened. Wilf was very quiet within the group. Like I'm surprised that the group didn't spot this. Like they were very quiet, and
is that the round table afterwards?
So it was after the round table when they were all having drinks.
Oh yeah,
he was very, very quiet, and you could tell that he like it all built up and it was all very, very overwhelming for him. And then he was in the tower where they normally do the murders, and Claudia knocked on the door and kind of said, "Oh, hello."
Yeah, so she had red leather gloves on,
fingerless. So you did that, did you, Will? Well, and Will just broke down. Will just broke down, and you could just tell that like it must have been a mixture of relief, pleasure, perhaps just panic. Power. Yeah, he got away with it.
When you've got Claudia looking at you in the eyes and saying, "Why did you do that?" He just broke down. He was like, "Why did I do that?"
But, I think he did it for good reason. And when Claudia reminded him and said, "You know, you're playing a very good game.
That's the thing. Yes.
You're playing a blinder. You're in this to win." And I think that's what eventually he thought. well, actually, I am doing. And as you said, there was almost like a package tonight for the reasons why all this had happened. So,
I mean, he is playing a good game because people were suspicious of him. He threw Alyssa under the bus, became a hero for finding the first traitor. That took all suspicion away from him. And now he's done the thing of either Andrea or Amanda. People were starting to think, well, they're never questioned because I don't believe they are. They could never be. He plants that seed that these nice, older, motherly figures actually are the traitors. Gets one, and he's also got this pact going where he's a traitor with all faithfuls because he knows who all the traitors are. So he's now put himself in a pact of 4 faithfuls, and now he's going to easily just go to the final and take all the money.
he's in a very powerful position. I mean, this kind of almost strengthens our original theory, which is that to be a traitor probably puts you in a better position than to be a faithful in this game.
You're playing a completely different. You literally, the traitors are the players, and the faithful are just like, it's like Deal or No Deal. They're the people opening boxes, and the traitors are the ones picking the boxes on Deal or No Deal. Really,
Ben, that's a very good. That's a very good comparison.
Because you have a lot more to do if you're a traitor, don't you? You get to stay up till midnight.
Oh, you must be
get to write letters. You get a new outfit with your hood.
That's true. Will is loving every minute. When he was walking down that corridor, when he was doing that bit at the end to Tainted Love or whatever they do, it's like a slow version of a synth pop hit. He was kind of walking down the corridor, and you could just tell he was relishing every minute of that filming of him walking down the corridor on his own. But I do think my opinion has changed on Will, and for episodes I've been saying like he's got no idea what he's doing. Tonight I do think and the thing is I think he's suddenly realized the power he has, and that's what's broken. Like tonight it could just kind of so overwhelmed him, it's broken him. Because
even when Claudia said, oh well, you can choose someone, they can either become a traitor or they get murdered. And already he was thinking, well, it's been 2 females, so the other traitor will probably be a guy. I can recruit Kieran if he accepts,
throw him under the bus.
And then I can then get him murdered.
Yeah.
So
I think that's his plan, isn't it?
All I have to say is say something to Meryl and she'll be off. She'll pop off and do all sorts.
I'm surprised then with that theory. I get where he's coming from, but I'm surprised with that theory he didn't choose someone who people were more suspecting of, like Aaron.
Because he probably could have got one around the round table. He can easily get banished, can't he?
That's what I'm saying. And so then when Aaron was banished, then I tell you why he wouldn't have chosen Aaron, because Maddie could have then pushed her agenda. The whole thing we've been saying about if Aaron's then it must be
Wilf. Oh, yeah.
So that might be why.
But if Kieran accepts, they have to also kill someone, don't they, that same night?
Yeah, so then they have to kill someone.
Which, do you think Maddie? Or do you think they need to get someone from their pact?
No. Keep your pact. You need to keep your pact together.
It'll make it obvious, though, if you're one of them.
No way.
What, do you think he'll kill Andrea now?
Andrea, yeah, 100%.
Oh, dear.
Andrea. But Andrea's
can't take all this elderly death. It's too heartfelt.
It's what nature wanted. No, it's Andrea's the obvious one, because Andrea is collateral damage, no longer needed. She was only there. It was either going to be her or Amanda tonight that Wilfred had his eye on. And so now Amanda's gone, that's it. And Andrea doesn't need to be around anymore.
Or
so
Maddie. Or get rid of Maddie.
No, I think Maddie has kind of like... Maddie's another one that I think she'll just be naturally banished.
I can't remember who they showed on the preview. I think they showed Hannah because she jumped off a bridge.
Oh, yes.
And I think I saw a bit of Meryl's hair from what I saw. So I think Meryl's there.
Right.
So either Kieran doesn't accept, or you'd be stupid not to accept, wouldn't you?
It depends on whether his greed overwhelms his honesty.
Or he'll just be like, well, you've just killed 2 traitors, so why would I accept? Although Wilf will probably be easier on his own anyway, I think.
Yeah, but he has to think about the money. He could, even if he splits the money with Wilf, that's what, 40 grand each. You know, look at me. Well, it's at least 40, you know.
You can only trust Will so far. He'll kill you.
But... You say that, but I would trust Will. If I was there around the fire pit, because they showed the preview at the end of the episode. If I was stood around the fire pit and I had this little face,
Beam of light.
beam of fun, just pull off the hoof from his hood from his face. He looked so happy, didn't he? He looked so like hello, but he also looked really nervous as well to see what the reaction might have been. Like you could tell a lot from that one quick shot of him pulling the hood off, his reaction on his face, like it was like, please like me, please be okay, please join me.
I mean, Kieran's had quite the interesting game because he missed like the first 4 or 5 episodes. Then he came back,
said nothing, wore his sunglasses.
Yeah, couldn't be banished on the first episode he was back because he was only recently back. Sort of sailed through, and now 2 episodes left, he can become a traitor, which gives you a massive advantage to win. So he's had quite an easy game to this 80,000 or however much it's going to be.
Although he did annoy me when he said because Aaron said something to him and he said, and he used the term son, which would instantly get my back up because it's just the most patronising way to talk to someone younger than you.
He's the dad of the group.
Yeah, but no. He's being patronising to Aaron because I think he believes Aaron is a traitor, although we'll soon find out he's not. I don't
think Aaron would be able to cope as a traitor. I think he would have cracked.
Yeah, but a lot of them have said that Aaron is playing a part. He's acting. He's putting on this role. That was an idea that was planted by John, and it's still not quite gone yet.
I was like a homeless woman in EastEnders.
That what part Aaron's playing, is he?
Homeless woman, yeah.
I was like a homeless woman in EastEnders.
Oh no, that's Maddie. Yeah, she's the actress.
Again, something else that none of them will let her forget. Because they reminded Maddie tonight that Hannah asked if there's anyone else who has any secrets, and Maddie didn't put her hand up and said yes. So she deliberately kept that secret for longer.
If she was a traitor, though, there's no advantage of her telling them that she was an actress.
Well, it's a double bluff, isn't it?
Or triple.
Or quadruple. But
I think you actually made a monumental fuck up.
You saying, Andrea saying that, like a few episodes back, Andrea was really upset before Amanda announced that she was a traitor. She was really upset. She was like, you're all going to be very angry with yourselves when you find out. And then poor old Andrea just sat there as Amanda said it. Oh.
Can't believe Amanda's gone.
Amanda's reveal, she was much more kind of calm about it, much more than what Alyssa was. Alyssa was broken when she got found out, wasn't she?
There was a lot more people around the table then to look at you, and
that's true.
You're the first traitor to be seen, so she didn't know how it would sort of go down, I suppose. But
Hannah was less forgiving as well. When Alyssa said it, Hannah was like, it's okay. But when Amanda said it, Hannah was like, bitch.
She said in the nicest possible way, what a bitch.
Yes, she did.
Which is true. It's factually correct.
Hannah's ghost hunting now.
Is she? What do you mean?
She's got a podcast.
Has she?
The actress, the comedian. She's got a podcast, yeah.
What about ghost hunting?
I can't remember what it was about now, but I know on
Why
the first
did you say
episode
she's going ghost hunting?
I just thought it'd be a nice little link to me talking about a podcast.
But who's gone ghost hunting?
I don't know. She's got a podcast.
What about ghost hunting?
I think it's about ghost hunting. I can't remember now. I did look it up.
We should arrange a ghost hunt with her.
I've been ghost hunting.
Not with Hannah.
No.
On a podcast.
Nor Yvette Fielding or Sam. You're right, Sam. What you found, Sam? No. But no, so my God, it's just been, what an episode.
Yes, there's only 2 left as well, sadly, of the series. But have you got any thoughts on who's going to win this? 2 episodes left.
I think
it's Will. He's playing a game. I think he's so out of their
radar.
The only thing that they could think is suspicious is that he's found 2 of the traitors. Like, how did he know it was those
it's funny
2?
they've not brought that up, isn't it? That he's always the instigator of them.
Yeah.
He's got, I think that's the other thing. He's got this real power over people. Like, people listen to him. And the thing is, people listen to him, and he's right.
Yeah, but so it's not like he's sitting there like the leader, like what Maddie does. Or what Meryl shouts out across the table. he sort of goes, I wonder if it could be Amanda. And then he steps back and then lets them all sort of go, yeah, maybe it is Amanda, yeah. So he sort of says it and then steps back and lets them make it themselves.
Yeah, but he does react because when he dropped the idea, Kieran then picked it up and started running with it. And when Kieran started stoking the fire more, Wilf then got up and was like, yeah, that's it. And he was like, calm down, Will. So I think Will does have moments when he kind of shows himself, but because he's so likable in the group and the group like him and trust
Funniest
him. Funniest one. He came out of the house today going, aha! And everyone was like, oh, you card.
We said last episode of the podcast, we said Amanda's possibly made the biggest mistake with the voting Theo, and that was kind of what swayed
mistake,
it.
yeah.
I think that's what swayed Hannah's vote, didn't it?
Yeah. I think that's
and
another thing.
That's what Wilf said when he voted. He
Yeah.
said, "Oh, it's the Theo thing."
Yeah, I think Wilf disguised it as being not trusting Amanda, but actually saw it, as you said, as an opportunity. He knew that was a big mistake, and he knew this was his time to strike. Because if he left it any more days, it's amazing how quickly things get forgotten. There, like
Apart
look at
from Maddie, with her Aaron theory.
No, that's because Maddie's the only one who keeps going on about it.
She's going the full series with that one.
She really is, and she's wrong as well. Even like when she voted tonight, even Andrea said, "Oh, what a surprise!" to Maddie, and Maddie just shrugged her shoulders, and went, "That's me."
Even Claudia rolled her eyes.
Claudia was like pulling her sweater over her face just to stop her emotions being shown. Yeah, so the only reason, that's coming up is because Maddie keeps bringing it up. But like for argument's sake, Alex was very close to getting banished from Tom's announcement, but after Tom gone, like she was actually quite popular in the group after that. So it was forgotten. The whole thing was forgotten. So I think that perhaps Wilf did think to himself, well, if I don't strike while the iron's hot, people are gonna forget, and so I need to do it now. I mean, I wonder if Will felt a little bit disappointed also when Claudia saying you have to enroll one more person.
Yeah, I know, because he's probably safer just going along as the only traitor now.
But not just that, he probably did this for the purpose of winning all the money for himself. He wanted to win the presumably
just use
100 grand.
Kieran as another bullet. Oh, I don't know what the word is. I was about to say bullet shield then, but that's not the right word. It's not the right phrase. A bullet. He'll use Kieran as like another, like, you can be murdered instead sort of thing.
But then that could also be his undoing, because he can't murder Kieran, but if he starts pointing the finger immediately at Kieran tomorrow.
Yeah, there's not much time left, is there?
When
now?
he has to do it, presumably he has to do it tomorrow. The last banishment would be tomorrow, and then I guess the last round table would be you need to now find the traitors.
I wonder what the final thing is. Is it a challenge? Or is it just a round table and you have your final vote? And if there's still a traitor in the mix, they take the money?
Yeah, but if there's more than one, then you'd have to vote for more than one person as a traitor, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Don't know. There's all those clips of them jumping out of helicopters. That looks very final. Finale like.
Two of you don't have a parachute.
No, they're jumping into a lake. But that looks like a final episode.
What, the challenge that they did tomorrow?
No,
that was on a bridge, wasn't it?
No, they keep showing a clip of someone jumping out of a helicopter.
Maybe they
and
just
it's not
added
Andrea, I don't think.
What did they used to do in the Paranormal Activity films? Like in the trailer, they used to show scenes that weren't actually in the film. Maybe they've done that with
Well, someone sent us a picture on our Twitter. What's the Twitter?
At Traitors Podcast.
Yep. And it was a few days ago. And they said, oh, it looks like Faye's going to be a traitor because of this clip that they showed on episode 1 of someone writing down a letter.
That's right.
It wasn't her. But on TikTok today, there was some guy, don't know who he is. 1 second. Thank you. He goes on shows before they're made.
It's not COVID, by the way, so everyone's safe.
No. He goes on shows before they're made so the producers know what the show's going to be like a pre-thing. And he was on the one of the traitors.
Oh, they did that with Big Brother. That YouTube guy, Jackmate.
Yeah, and he said like it was mental what he did and stuff. So I'm wondering if stuff like that was put into the like episode 1 montage.
Yeah,
like
maybe,
that could have just been in someone's hand who wasn't actually a contestant.
That could be the case. In the intro,
that's a clever way of getting around it.
In the intro sequence of the Crystal Maze, they used to have contestants that weren't in the show doing the games, and they were production crew. There you go. But yes, they do. They do that
yeah.
on reality shows. They do a test run. On Big Brother, they used to do a test run in the house to make sure the house was in good order. So they'd have people in there for a week. It was never broadcast,
No, that's what he said.
but
He
it was
said-
in the same conditions.
He does it with loads of shows. He said he does it because you get paid more than actually go on the show, and it's never on TV, so you can just say or do what you want, and you won't ever get like cancelled or fired or
God, that
whatever.
sounds awful.
But he said it was horrible. The actual non-televised one was. He said people were getting off with each other. There was arguments. There was all sorts.
Really?
So, yeah.
That's just like that going. When's that coming out?
No, not to be televised. But so maybe like some of the montages of like that was for the pilot, the secret unaired pilot.
Yeah,
so
perhaps.
there is no Faye traitor.
How many days did they do it? What, a couple of
I'm
days?
not sure. I don't know. He didn't say. It was just one TikTok I was watching.
Oh, okay. Your algorithm.
My algorithm is full of traitor stuff now, like all the time.
Fair
I've got
enough.
Meryl doing her makeup, talking, asking questions.
Talking.
Alex is in Vegas. She's got a nosebleed because the dry air.
Is she?
Yeah, that came up just now.
Is she in Vegas with Tom? Is Tom doing a show in
I
Vegas?
don't know. I didn't look that far into it.
Has he?
I saw Dr. Amos was on a horse with Andrea.
Oh, I saw that. You showed that to me because he revealed like Andrew is there. Yeah.
it's all going on. Theo's in his underwear, dancing in front of a mirror.
Is he?
Yeah.
There's there's quite a presence on Twitter as well with a few of them, isn't there? They come.
Aaron's a vegan.
Good old Aaron. We've talked about Aaron being a vegan before because I was very happy to hear that news, being a fellow vegan.
Wow.
Ivan's on Twitter a lot
He is.
because someone said someone posted that he on his Wikipedia profile or his LinkedIn or something like that it said on there he'd won series 1 of the Traitors. And it was like, what? Which makes me think, are they
Spoiler.
bringing them back? Are they going to bring like some
I
of the...
do hope on the last episode they're all back. Maybe they all get a vote on the round table.
Yeah.
22 of them.
Because you keep saying, why don't they tell the murdered who the traitor is? There must
they
be a
leave.
reason. There must be a reason why they're not being told this. And Wilf, not Wilf, sorry, but the oh, I'm forgetting his name. Kieran is going to be the only one who finds out.
Yeah.
But then he'll get murdered. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird that they don't tell them when they're murdered. Obviously, when they're banished, they can't really tell them. Well, I suppose they could if they then took them to one side.
Yeah.
Threw them
But
out
on
of
the
her-
circle, they always found out who they got to visit someone, didn't they? Or
Well, they got to
whatever?
visit one person so they could find out if they were a
Yeah.
catfish or not. I mean, they could request to speak to one of the traitors.
There's
So-
always series 2.
But were they going to bring back the same guy? You got a second chance.
No, as in they can introduce these things for series 2 for our contestants.
Well, I think they're going to take a lot of your ideas, considering they've
already
retrospectively
have.
taken one of yours. Yes, I'm sure they'll still, But there's lots of. Who do you think Will was going to? I know you've asked me the same question. I'm asking the same question back to you. Do you think Will's going to win? I think Will
Yes,
is going
because
to
I've
win.
already gone through my theory of
Yeah.
editing,
Yes.
hero's journey, editing. I think Kieran will accept
Yeah,
tomorrow.
I think Kieran will accept. I think Will would then try to get rid of him.
You've only got one episode to get rid of him, though.
I think he's going to try, and I think he'll succeed.
Who are they going to murder then? Do you think? Just
Meryl.
yeah.
Well, it
But I
doesn't really
think I
matter
saw
at
the
this
top
point,
of her
really,
head,
doesn't
but I'm
it?
not sure. But yeah, I'd get rid of Meryl or Maddie. I think, or maybe Kieran says no and he kills himself or whatever. I
So
don't know
with-
what the saying is if he kills himself.
So with your head, do you think Wilf's going to win? With your heart, who would you like to win? And
Amanda.
it could be more. It could be more than one person as well, because if it's faithful, then there could be the group of them left over.
Oh, Aaron,
Yeah, Aaron.
obviously,
Of course.
our hero.
Obviously.
I think Hannah kind of deserves to win,
I do too, because she's been on a right roller coaster.
and Andrea and Maddie.
No, I think Maddie, Aaron, and Andrea.
Yeah,
So Hannah, sorry. Maddie, Aaron, and Hannah. If they're faithful,
Not
the last
Meryl.
three. I genuinely believe that they're going to kill Meryl because I think like what you said at the top of this episode. I think that especially I think the traitor Will knows that Meryl's a very dangerous person to
She
have in a
is.
clique. And I think that
It's like on the mission, she was like, I'm going to be the best at this. And then
yeah, she was the worst.
the first thing,
She literally stepped one step forward. You're out.
everything she says, the opposite happens. and it's
Everything's
funny.
coming up, Meryl. I know, I love Meryl.
I know, she's so funny.
Ever since they did that coffin task, and like she couldn't stop talking about that bloody flag, I just thought, I love you, Meryl,
Yeah,
but
Meryl's
my God,
funny.
you're not
Maddie
long for
has
this game.
some good sound bites. And Aaron just looks scared and sad all the time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So there you go.
Well, we'll be back tomorrow then for the penultimate semi-final.
This
The
it is the
semis.
semi-final. Well, before we go though, Ben, I
Yes.
must remind everyone that obviously we have a Twitter at Traitors Podcast. You can email us. We actually read our emails.
Yeah, we logged in for the first time. We didn't think anyone would ever
We
email
didn't think
us.
anyone would bother, and
But there were
lo and behold,
emails.
Yeah.
So hello.
Thank you to
From
everyone.
faithful and or traitors, who knows?
Question mark. But thank you to everyone who gets in touch, and we have read your emails, and we try to reply to them all. And if you want to send us an email, it's faithfultothetraitors@gmail.com.
Yeah, we check the email now. So
faithfultothetraitors@gmail.com. And as I always say, if you're listening to us on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please rate us 5 stars if you like
Yeah.
the show.
download all the episodes and listen to all the episodes.
Yes, and
We're
comment.
in the charts now, aren't we?
We are
It's
top
all-
5 TV
all
and
going
film.
on.
It won't last. Comment, and if you like the show, give us a reason for why you like the show. It helps the algorithm and it helps people find us as well. And as we always say, recommend us to a friend. Because if everyone recommend us to a friend, then we would be twice as popular because all our listeners have recommended us.
Yes, that's
So
great.
thank you very much.
Well, there you go then. So that was that done. So we'll be back tomorrow for the semi-finals.
Exciting.